The game actually works on your phone now. This is day 8. And I want to show you this. This is kind of insane. I got to work on this a little bit last night, but we actually got the mobile phone working as of right now. So if it hits start the match, you could even start the match right now. If you want to go ahead and just go to yeeball.com, you can actually join me right now in this live game. And so what you're going to basically witness is basically me bouncing around like this. And so we're able to get everything as far as like the way the character is moving up here to the left. So as I move to the left and the right side of the screen, you can kind of see the map view at the very top. It's basically changing sides. And then we have the score stuff adjusted and everything should be working like this. So if you're able to join in, you can just kind of join in. If you just, all you have to do is just go to the lobby. So if you can go to the lobby, you'll see the current available public matches. And just to get there, you just go to yeeball.com. So if you want to play the game, I'm going to just drop this in here. And right now we're just going to be also working today on some of the sprites and stuff because when is on the watch? No, bro. No. It'll be actually, that would be actually a fire game if I could put that in and go, let's go. Yeah, who's joining in? There's like some slots available. We're just gonna go ahead and join the match. So right now we're actually playing this game live. And so for those who don't know, I'm playing this currently on my mobile, and let's just go ahead and see right here. So I can do this, and then I can also pull it up on my phone. But right now I have it pulled up on the Xcode simulator. And so we should, oh yeah, let me see. If I score, so I need to have like a goal animation too. So if you're playing, you're actually like basically watching in real time. And if you go back to here, you can still see everything that's kind of live, which is pretty amazing. So you can create a new match. Like if you're a person who wants to create a match and play with a friend, when you create a new match, you can actually go and like make it private or public. And then you can also see like, you know, if you're on here, this is a mobile, like you can copy the join the link. So I still need to optimize these parts. You can switch teams and stuff, and then you can also rename yourself and everything. So like, this is like the code you would give to your friends to join the game. So let's just go back and join the existing game because there's already some players in here. And then there are, oh, bro, you can't be scoring. So if you hit space bars, yeah, like this. Oh, bro. And then I think as a hit tab. Yeah, if you hit tab, you can shift players. If you hit tab, that's how you can change things. And so we're actually witnessing it in a little real time. If I open up a web browser, I'm going to show you real quick. So Safari, in Safari here, if I go to Yeeball, so I still have the match that's going. Let me just refresh. So it should be joining. So I should be able to join in on the game on the desktop. So now I could see the game. So now it's currently streaming in real time too. So this is all real time. So everyone who's currently watching right now, went to yeeball.com. You're basically watching. I just scored. Yo, let's go over here. No. Okay. Have you had a chance to look at the ChatGPT skills announcement? Briefly. I haven't had a chance to actually read through it. So we're actually watching the game here in real time. I don't know if you can kind of see this. So actually, let me minimize my web browser so you can see both going at the same time. So on the phone, you can see both versions, which is kind of insane. And this is all using WebSockets. So like we built a game in Rust, and I don't even know how to vibe code. I mean, all I know is how to do is vibe coding. So like, it's kind of insane that we're able to get this like level of amazingness where, I don't know, I think this game does it have all players in here? I think we almost have 10 players. So you can scan the code. Let me hit copy. And then that way you can join the game. So if you're just joining the live stream right now, you can actually join the game right here. It's Chaos Ball. low key. Yeah. So if you're joining, you could just go ahead and slide in right here to join in. And then like we could just, I think the fun part of this, it's almost like hockey where you can just bump into each other. So if I think if I hit tab, if I hit tab, I can switch players. Boom. Oh, bro, got sniped. Okay. Yeah. If you're on a desktop, I think you can hit tab. And then if you're on mobile, you can hit C, this little C button right here. So on mobile, if you hit this little button right here, this is the one where you can switch players. So that's how you're able to like move up or down. So like, yeah. And then over here, it's like, I got to move my player. So it's 4-1 red. Let's go. So yeah, can I switch teams? I think if I could switch, yeah, I think you're just automatically joined in on one side. Yeah. This is crazy. Yeah. Go, pass the ball, space bar. Yo, I got it. Boom. Oh my God. This is pure chaos. Let's go. So yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. So this is the game. It's kind of insane. Like that we have it like on a web browser and we also have it on a phone size thing. And then like, there isn't really much lag. I was just curious to see if anyone else is experiencing lag. So, you know, back home, anyone can create a match and stuff and join in. So if I hit create match, hit create lobby, you can see the lobby is already created here. It generates a new code. and I could just put this in here. And then this is kind of what other folks can see to join the game. So this is kind of the flow right here, right? What we have so far. I'm going to see if I can get some more assets going too. Sometimes it lags, but it's all right. Okay, cool. Yeah. But I think what I'm planning to do is try to see if I can get like people to like go into the game and do like squirt guns and stuff like that to see if they can actually destroy some of the players. Yo, we got Tech Friend in the house. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining in the stream. I really appreciate when you show up, man. It's always like good energy and good folks. So yeah, let's go. All right. Cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if I can kind of play around and get some folks going. So once the match is going, once enough people have joined, like as an admin, you can see like I can go in here. I can try to join. There's like, if the person like me goes AFK who started this, there's about like, you have 2 minutes to start the game. And if I don't start it, that means anyone else who's in here can then start the game and so forth. So I like how someone else came in as Ray. That's me. Ray Mobile, I think you can say. Mobile. And then so you can see it basically adjusts in real time. So all these events are all subscribed. So as you're putting it in, I'm basically on the client and so I subscribe in real time. So I can hit start match. And then I could say tap to ready just to make sure I'm ready because I wasn't ready here on this side. And yeah, let me refresh. I think, okay, cool. So I got the ball and oh, I got sniped. Oh, come on. No, bro, Bakul, come on, man. Yeah, you can't be moving like that. So yeah, this is crazy. So let's go. Bruh. You can see. Boink. Cool. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Boink. Oh, boink. Oh, boink. Yeah, I scored. Cool. Let's see. Maybe longer. Press harder for kick. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. There's like a superpower I think I want to do to see if I can press. Oh, yeah. Because I think somebody talked about like a little charge bar. I want to see like a little progress indicator. Like if you hold the space bar down, it'll just be like a super kick. It goes and like it's almost like a slingshot, right? Yeah. So I want to have like almost like a slingshot feel for that whole thing. Dang. Oh, Nelly. Let's go. Okay. Boom. Yeah. It's tricky on phone. Perhaps making the movement controls a bit larger could help. I think that's a good idea because when you're on the phone, as you can kind of see here, it's a little small. So like if you hold your thumb down and you move up and down, you can do like this. So if you hold your thumb, you can just move, you just hold your thumb down. You don't have to tap it. All you do is press down and then you can kind of see how it's moving and stuff. My character is moving. I don't know where my character is here. Am I? Oh, yeah, I'm basically this AI guy here on the left side. I'm pretty much out of scene, but you can kind of see me now. Here's like me moving. Oh, come on. Yeah. And so if that's kind of how this works. Cause then you have all this D-pad area to move around in. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, I think I'll take a look at this too. The harder for D-pad, but yeah, maybe I'll make this size a little bit bigger just so it's easier on the thumbs. Because also like people have different phone sizes too. So yeah, let's see. So the first half is done. Oh my God, Red's getting schooled. So let's see. I think what I want to do is try to see if I can generate the assets for the rest of the players. There's a bug I'm going to show you real quick. So if I switch to Ray right now, if I pass the ball, I'm Ray right here. I'm basically Sam Altman. And so when I go up, like basically what ends up happening is that I'm only, oops, sorry. Yeah. As my character moves, when he's moving down, let me see if I can switch it over here. I should be able to switch. So like as I move down, I can't zoom in, huh? Yeah, this doesn't let me zoom. Anyways, as I move, my character is only able to like move in one direction. And so Ray is, if I go up, see how he's kind of running backwards? That's because all this stuff hasn't finished filling out yet. So the animation direction only has 2 out of 8. So while we vibe, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can build that out. So let's go ahead and see if I can get Cursor to help me finish out this plan here. So this is the current sprite status, and then we need to finish the rest of these frames. So I needed to kind of investigate and do some work. I think there's some new models that dropped. So let me go ahead and take a look at those too. I feel like there's a new model drop every live stream that we go on here. So let's see. I think it's like codecs. So we have 5.1, I think it's 5.2, right? GPT-5.2. Is it? I thought the 5.2 codecs model launched in Cursor yet? No, am I tripping? Codecs Max? Yo, Beyond, thank you so much for becoming a member, man. That's so chill. I really appreciate it. It really goes a long way for folks who have been able to join the memberships, because I was been able to hire some editors and stuff. So now the editors are kind of cutting away things. I have some cool drops that are going to be coming this Sunday, and I have a bunch of shorts that I'm going to like blow it all up with. Cloud Code should always be primary. Okay. A virtual joystick instead of the D-pad. It's much easier to maneuver with one hand and with a phone than using other kick or press. I like this idea. So I think I'm going to implement that right now. So I'm going to go to spec mode real quick. Let's see. In here, I think it's just like shift tab and plan mode. Okay, cool. So I'm going to use, let's see, Opus 4.5 and say, I'd like to be able to do a joystick instead of the D-pad here, because it's just much easier to maneuver the players. And maybe make the touch targets for that bigger. Okay, now let me just try it without it. Take a look at the code, and I made some recent changes to this area so you can see in a git def what files we touch to work with the D-pad. Okay, so I'm sending this into plan mode, and then I'm doing another, let's see, for the rest of the work that we need to finish, I think I'm going to go into the partial issues. So let's go ahead and work on some of the next issues here for this next one. So we have a couple different chats going on. So we have the joystick fix mode, and I'm going to start another chat real quick here to, oops. Oh, whoa. Okay, so it's already doing the joystick stuff here. I used 5.2 codecs yesterday in Cursor, but only had codecs issue inside Cursor. We're using codecs inside Cursor. I don't know. The 200 subscription, which one should I buy? ChatGPT for codecs, or Claude Code, or Cursor Ultra, or Gemini Ultra? Claude Code, I think. I think Claude Code mostly because just the Opus model is too good. The Opus models is too good. So I think somebody basically has, so my buddy Coriolis, who's in the Discord, has this thing called Core Proxy, KOR Proxy. I don't know exactly where it is live, but I'll see if I can find it. If somebody who's watching in the community, if you link it below, please share the link. And what you can do is you hook up your Claude Code subscription, and then you can hook that up with not only Claude Code, but also using Android. Android is phenomenal too, like to use Claude Code, like the Claude models inside of there for like really big like features and stuff like that. But even just Claude Code alone, I feel like all of these are pretty good. The advantage of Droid is you can just go with one session for a very long time, especially if you're kind of new to vibe coding. It's just easier to kind of get your ideas across. If you're like getting used to Claude Code, just the interface and just investing time into that, you just have to chunk out all your pieces of work into separate chats. Once you do that and you have like the hook set up, just like we have here in this video and everything like that, things run smooth. Like it doesn't matter what you use. You can see how I'm switching back and forth between Cursor, Droid. I went for codecs. I think I popped open Claude Code briefly. They all like, you just want to basically make the features small enough so you can work on it within the context window in essence. So like this research task we just did, it already is eating up 176,000 tokens. I could have probably used the Gemini 3 Flash for this to do this research and then hand that plan over. So one thing I learned too, when you have a plan like this, what Cursor team told me is that you can check mark this to do and you say build a new agent. That's how it pops over into the new chat window, by the way. So that was an interesting reveal. So that's basically what I'm probably going to do here. So this basically is saying the 4 cardinal directions, and this is kind of what we're doing. Remove the 4 D-pad elements. So I'm going to see if I can implement this real quick and see how this goes building in a new agent. So we're going to build with Opus 4.5. Cool. And what else? Okay. I think this one's going to be a quick build, to be honest. So build in new agent, build go. So this should use, and so far I've used $111 out of, I think I started this with $20. So yeah, this is gonna be really interesting to see how this goes on down real quick. Show us your year in cursor. Oh yeah, so I think I just got that, by the way. So I think it was cursor /25, 2025. Yeah. So this is the year. It was a big year. So I think it was like, let's see, take a look. Agents. Okay, so I used 1.6 billion tokens. Like, it's not that much because I know people in my Discord go through like about this many tokens in 1 month. You can see kind of where my tick ups are, you know, like right here for building the game. And so, you know, I switched back and forth between all these different models, by the way. So, so this was my favorite animation because you can actually see your models over time, which blows my mind, right? So like you can see right here, like when I go back in like before all these announcements, right? So Claude Sonnet 3.5, like that's pretty much my main driver. And then DeepSeek came up for a little bit and then went back down. And then you know what actually overtook my Claude 3.5 Sonnet? 3.7. So that's when I used it for a while. And then from here, it was just auto mode. I just went crazy on auto mode. And then from here is like 3.7. And then what overtook that in April was Gemini 2.5 Pro. I went crazy on it. So that was 2.5 Pro, which was interesting, right? And then after that, it just kind of died down. In May, I went back to like 3.5 Sonnet and Opus. So like those are kind of the two with Gemini that I was bouncing around. Then I settled on 4. So 4 Sonnet and then O3 came in the mix, right? Crazy. O3 came back in the mix. It was just O3, everything. Like I can't believe we've like forgot about O3. It's like I forgot about Dre, bro. And then I think peak was Claude Sonnet and Grok Code Fast. I went crazy on that too. Yeah, GPT-5 a lot. GPT-5 overtook Claude 4 Sonnet for a long time for me, from like September until like about here with Claude 4.5 Sonnet. That's a long time. I use that model a lot. Then Claude 4.5 and then now 4.5 Sonnet. And then just recently with Opus, it's just been like Opus is king. GPT 5.1 codecs try to come in the mix, but still it's king. So that's an interesting one. Let's see if we're done over here yet. I'll get back to that. Let's see. All right, so we should already have the code already mixed in here. So all we did was a mobile controller change. So 15% of the radius of the dead zone. Interesting. We have a thumb tracker and then we have the emitting movement. Okay, so I want to see what this looks like. I'm going to fire it up real quick. Okay, so this would be there. So there is a visual design, touch handling, simplified movement logic. Okay, this looks pretty legit. It's not that complicated. Joystick thumb, and then we just have like a style that we're applying. Okay, so over here, I'm gonna just kick off the build. Let's see. So spacetime start. Let me start the server. And I should be able to just, let's see, localhost. Let me just do mobile mode. Oh, is it going to connect? Create lobby. Start the match. Tap and ready. Let's see. Okay. So here we are. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, that looks cool. Let me go back here. Let's see. Localhost 3001, I think. Yeah. So we should be able to mimic this. Oh, snap. Is it working? Shoot. Let me see. Here. I think it's working. Let me just refresh. Join. Wow. I like this a lot. Oh, this is a really cool idea. I like this. I don't know if the player is actually moving or not, to be honest. Oh, it is moving. My character is way up here. So now I'm getting it back in view. Okay. Yo, I like this. Wow. Wow. Oh my God, this is cool. I love this change. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Who came up with that change? Oh, Ani Ruth, thank you so much. That was really cool. We just implemented this thing. This was sweet. Yo, man, you get the VIP for today. I appreciate that, man. That's so cool. Let's go ahead and keep all these. Keep these. Let's check that change in. And that thing should be live in like less than 45 seconds now. That's a great change. I like this. All you have to do is just refresh. If you're in a game, all you have to do is just refresh your game, and then it's going to just show up. So that's really cool. That'd be awesome. Bro, I just watched the whole AI harness episode you did with that Cole guy and redid my beat 'em up. It's going to be coming along good, but I started from scratch with lots of planning. Dude, that's amazing. So there's an episode I did with Cole Medine, and there's an agents SDK that you can build with Claude Code. And so he covers it in depth in a lot of details, kind of showing me how the SDK works to basically build an app autonomously for 24 hours, which is kind of insane, but it's a really cool video. WebDev Cody also has a version of that, and they made it an Electron app, basically a Mac app that can run on your machine to do that. So that's really, really cool. Yo, the 3-button combo, right? Yeah, this 3-button combo is pretty fire. And then like this joystick thing is so cool. In Opus, we use unlimited 200. Okay, is Opus unlimited? Yes. Unlimited, quote unquote. I think it's like capped, but like people are using it and they're not hitting any limits. It's like it's very generous. The controller is Neo Geo style. Oh, interesting. Neo Geo style. Neo Geo controller. I'm not familiar. Oh, okay. I think I've seen this. I didn't realize it was Neo Geo. 8-bit. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. I love all the gamers that are kind of showing up in here. This is really cool. Maybe the camera should always follow the character you currently control. I think I kind of like that idea too. But how do you track for mobile view? Yeah. That way you can see the ball, and then like, would you look at the screen over here to see the status of like the ball? I'm just really curious, because if you're out of view, you're like, I'm out of view. Do you always want to like, yeah, because like, how would you know where the ball is? Maybe an indicator that shows where the ball is at, like an arrow or something, right? That would be like like a white arrow over here to point you to that direction, saying that the ball's over here. I think that could be a cool idea. I like that. Let me app that in. I think that's really cool. So I'm going to see if I can use Opus to plan again. So plan, just a new chat. I'd like to see if we can create a feature where instead of zooming in on the action of the ball for mobile, we should zoom in and focus on the player. And maybe we can have an indicator or an arrow to point in the direction of where the ball is. So that way the player will know where to move if they're trying to figure out how to get closer to the ball. Maybe something like that, right? So I'm going to go back to Opus 4.5. Okay. And I'm going to say, I want you to review all of the files in my code base to see what specific pieces of code we need to touch here to make this happen. Okay. And go ahead and start the plan. Okay, cool. So we're going to start that plan. I think that's really cool. That's awesome. When the ball goes out, you can actually do like a throw in. Oh, if you want to take time to actually add the feature of the game, but the boundaries are important to the gameplay. That's a good point. Yeah, because that way people get stuck in a corner. As of now, it sort of acts like hockey, so it keeps them in the bounds. But I think I might do that. That could be really interesting, because if the ball goes out of bounds, then it kind of comes with like a throw-in thing. So yeah, I think for now we'll keep it simple, but maybe like when we get towards the end, like we can probably add that in. I feel like that'd be really good. For mobile, maybe auto rotate to landscape, the game covering the full screen, the joystick buttons, transparent overlay. Yes, I tried to work on that last night. What happened is that I caused so many more problems, so I just reverted everything back. That's definitely on the roadmap for sure. Mobile small screens, maybe bring up an overlay to suggest the tilt screen. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like that. I want to get that working for sure. So in the current camera settings, the camera currently follows the ball like this. This main camera follows ball, true. So mobile devices already get a 1.5 zoom. So the scene already tracks local player via local player ID, and then is controller ID. So this is the data flow. This is a really good plan. Ooh, so the SpaceTimeDB draws to the canvas, and then we have an event bus to update the players. So this is the phaser scene, and this is the app on the front end. And so this is the event bus. So we're listening for the update ball scene. So when you're pulling up your phone, you're basically, this is your phone, and you're just listening to the events that are coming from my database. And so you're basically streaming like a WebSocket in. And so the camera currently just follows wherever this is. We have a ball sprite and the player containers. So there's update player. So we'll have to, I currently have an event for update the ball and then update players. Okay, that's cool. So let me close this. That's the data flow. So what style of the ball direction indicator would you prefer? An arrow at the edge of the screen, an arrow near player, or both? Arrow near player, an arrow at the edge of the screen. When should the indicator be visible? Always visible, only when the ball is off screen. Yes. Hide when the ball is visible. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Off screen with distance hint. Show the ball when it's off screen. Yeah, I think that's cool. With visual cue for distance, e.g. color size. No, I don't know. I think this could be cool, but we'll see because the field isn't that big. Yeah. Low key. Yeah. Should the joystick button be closer to the center, or does it always being on the left side limit? Let me, Chuck, let me go ahead and see if I can check out the joystick stuff. Let me go ahead and continue with this plan to build out the plan. So let me just pull it up on the phone because it should be live now unless the build failed, but I don't think so. eball.com. I'm going to create, there's a couple matches. That's so cool. We have like a couple matches from folks that are playing right now, which I really appreciate, that are currently going on. So you can play now if you just go to eball.com, just join in on one of these games. I'm going to join in on the one that has 2 players. So that way we can kind of see what's going on live. So, and then I can see the little joystick. So if I have the joystick, it's kind of moving around. So the way that I'm thinking about it is when my hands are like this and like I'm holding it, I just want to see how it feels right now, the ergonomics. It feels perfect on my left hand. So like as I'm able to move, and then the reason why I did the arc for this is because my thumbs, your thumbs kind of make this arcing view. So it's easier to reach versus going like this. So your hands are easier like ergonomically to go like this across the screen. As opposed to like going like, like this. So it's an interesting thing. So as my hands land, you can see my thumbs are basically kind of like right here. And so I think Chuck was asking maybe I should push it up higher or something. Or I'm not really sure. Let's see if I can kind of, is my joystick working, by the way? I'm just reloading the match. Okay. Oh, it is working. Okay, cool. Damn, this is crazy how it's live. Oh, there's some lag too right now. Oh, there's some lag. I got to fix some bugs. The performance. Actually, the performance is kind of crazy if I think about it right now. Yo, I just stole the ball. No. I can swap. Swap it like it's hot. Okay. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, I got to get back. Let's see. More centered left to right is what I meant. Okay, so more centered left to right is what I meant. Oh, I see. The joystick is really against the left of the wall. Okay. So right now it's just too much. So kind of give it a gap. Okay. Let me take a screenshot real quick and kind of feed that back into the model to improve it. I think that's a really good point. Okay. So let me just kind of airdrop this to my machine, and then that should be cool. And my machine should have got it. Okay, cool. Let me go back to the virtual joystick thing and then see if I can fix that for y'all. So I have this here. And so if I pull it up, let me see if I can kind of go back to home and see if I can pull up any of the games that are live right now. So go to yeeball.com. We just test in production. So if anyone asks, we test in production. So this is kind of what he's talking about basically here. Yeah. Okay. So let me grab this. Oops. Hold on. Let me grab a screenshot. Screenshot. Okay. So cool. All right. Can we add a little bit more padding so that the joystick isn't completely right against the screen on the left-hand side there? Okay, let's just go ahead and get that going. So that should be kind of fixed. Let's see if I can kind of do this thing here. Let me just refresh this. Load match. Okay, I got to reload. This guy has no sides here, so let's go play. Okay, so I see what you mean though. So like if there's, okay. Boom, boom. Let me go back out. Okay, cool. 3 players. Joining match. Okay. So yeah, I think this is like, I see what you mean. Because if the ball's here, no one's moving and you're kind of in the game, you're confused as far as like where your player's at. So I think, yeah, that implementation that we're talking about is going to make a lot of sense. So now it increased the padding. Okay, cool. So let me go to localhost. Localhost 3001, create a match. Start match, tap to ready. Okay, so yeah, I think we should have that nice padding now. Let's see if we get this. Yeah, it gave us more of a bump for sure versus just being on the edge. So what's the percentage? So we added from in mobile controls, where is this at? So here we are. So virtual joystick, lower area, landscape, okay. And then joystick base. Oh, we had to bump all of them. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Damn, that's a lot of percentages. Okay, so we portrait left and then landscape left. Oh, okay. Okay, let's just accept. Keep. Let me just see how these go. We're just gonna test this live in production. Hey, how's it going? Thank you guys so much for joining. Yeah, ergonomics for sure. Joystick can actually be modular too, so reappearing and adjusting to whenever you touch the screen. That actually would be really cool. So like, yeah. Shout out to Ray for helping us get better while everyone else sleeps. Shout out to everyone else who in the chat as well, and everybody else have happy holidays. Yeah, thank you so much, Jermaine. I think this is really cool. That's, you know, the energy of everyone kind of showing up right now. It's just been really nice to kind of hang out with y'all, especially like in these late night streams, because usually I'd like to stream very early in the morning, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And lately, because life and, you know, family and different things, I've had to kind of do the streams at night. So it's been kind of nice because, you know, gaming at night and coding at night is kind of fun too. And I kind of miss that. But I do have to make sure that we get to obligations and stuff. Seraphim is just sitting at 70. That's nuts. Yeah, it's funny because like Cursor isn't even my main IDE and stuff as far as like the agent work, because I've been using a lot of different agents. I'm curious to see what the one is from Droid and stuff. Okay, so we have that one. Let's go back to the mobile player camera ball thing and see if we can implement this feature, because this will be massive. So let's take a look at this plan, and we have it here. So I'm going to download the plan just to make sure I have it. And then I'm going to check this plan into commit. So for this one, this is a pretty big change. So this is going to change the camera layout view. So that way on mobile, it will follow the character. So this is going to change the camera to follow local player instead of the ball on mobile devices, and then create an arrow indicator with graphics that appears at the edge of the screen pointing the ball, and add update logic to position. Okay, so let's just try building all 3 in the agent. I'm going to commit these. And then I think for here, it's just going to be Opus 4.5. Yeah, let's go ahead and build it. If you build it. Let's go. So we're going to do all 3 to-dos in one chat. And I think we're going to nail it because we have 40K. Yeah, we now have a new context window, 40K. And this should be able to know what to do now, because it's only like one specific area where we're doing this. It's mostly in the game scene. So that's the work. Yeah. Man, bro, you guys kill me with the likes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, no one's doing the likes. We only got like 5 likes up in here. So we got to get the likes up. Y'all got to get the likes up in here so that way we can just start dancing and stuff. Yeah, if you're dropping by, definitely do that. You should implement chaos ticks, scheduled reducers that randomly mutate the field's physics. Okay, so this is what I want to do. That's what she said. What I want to do is actually unlock where people can pay like $2 or $3 to like get an item that would do that for like a moment in time. I also want to pay like people can buy like $5 for a squirt gun, and then like squirt players. And then you can buy like packs, right? So you can buy like the bazooka pack. So the bazooka pack would go on the field and totally like destroy like the players and kind of make them go funny. Or you can like buy like oil and just like throw it at a player. And then like those will cost more, right? Because it really can throw a game, especially if it gets really close. And so as spectators who are watching who can't participate, they can still like buy packs and like, you know, like kind of swing the game in one direction or the other. So I want to do that. I think that'll be really, really cool, because if you're playing as a player, not only do you have to worry about what's happening on the field, but now you have random spectators who are trying to come in and just throw the game in in one direction or another. So can you imagine playing and then somebody like literally buys a bazooka and just goes, that's why it's kind of chaos. But I just thought I call this game Yee Ball because it's like, yay. So I don't know. Like, it's just kind of funny. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking about how this would go. Yeah, it's not hard. What do you think about renting time with more powerful A100? Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, so that's going to be where this is going to be going eventually. And I'm just trying to learn how this like database thing works because this is like my first game I've ever written. And I didn't really write it. I had the agents write it. And I don't even know how to write Rust, but we're doing that. And also smash the algo. We got to be doing this. Let's do a rule. If you comment twice, you got to drop a like for sure. Yeah. I'm just saying the habit like live stream to my brain. Yeah, I see. Bro, I'm trying to make a HVAC brand and parts DB, and it's like mad hard. I would say use Convex. Yeah. You just use Convex. I think you're going to have a much easier time with that for sure. And then just, bro, you know how to vibe code. Yeah, bro. I was the pioneer along with AJ. AJ is also a pioneer vibe coder. Like we came up, we were doing this before like the term was even thrown around. So like 6 months before plus, you know, in like, I think it's July 24. So July, August of 2024. Yeah, before like vibe coding became a thing in like February of 2025 with Andre Karpathy's tweet. All right, so let's see what happened now. So I understand the current implementation. We still have a lot of token window left. Let me implement all 3 to-dos. So it just did the to-dos right now. Let me add the create ball indicator and update DB for the methods, and I'll add them after the interpolate positions. Okay. And then so now let me update the shutdown method to clean up the new properties. Ooh, nice. Let me update the... Cool. So now we have a mobile camera follow and then a ball detection indicator and then indicator update loop. That's hot. Damn, we're cooking. Look at this. What is this? Create an arrow indicator? We just can create things? Sheesh. Okay, let's just check this out. Check out my game.localhost. Okay, I may need to rebuild the game, but I don't think so. Let me just start the match. If not, I'll just refresh and rebuild, but we'll see. Damn. So now, oh, okay. So if I passed it this way, so now I go out of the field, and because I'm switching, so I'm only playing in 1-player mode, and then I should be able to get like a ball indicator. So if I am now this, okay, so no swap. I think it messes with the game logic that I have. I need to update the game logic because I have an auto switch game logic. Let me rebuild the app. If you rebuild it, they will come. Okay. So rebuild. Okay. Let me just join as one of these guys. Random. So let me steal the ball and let me just place the ball like over here in the corner. And then if I go out of view, it doesn't have the indicator. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So I don't see the indicator on the field. So let me see. Let me put this on. I went to put the ball in the corner and went out of view, and I don't see the indicator in the game in mobile. And let's see, why do I think this regression exists? I'm trying to think about this a little bit harder. Let's just see the code that it touched so we can better understand where this regression could be. So we have a is mobile flag and a camera following a player flag. And then we also have a ball arrow. So this is going to do pointing when it's off screen. So somehow it's going to know that it's off screen. So we check for if something is mobile, and then we have a ball creator indicator. So this function is going to update the ball. So this function here is going to say fixed to camera, not the world, always on top. And then we have an arrow. So this arrow is not showing up. And then this ball indicator arrow. So update ball indicator. So only show the indicator on mobile when following the player. Okay, so how does it determine what the player is? So it's this player. So whatever this is, okay. So if ball is in view, false. I think it has to deal. There's a bug here. Yeah. Okay. It's probably right there. I think it returns early, not on mobile. I think. Let's see. I'm curious to see what the results are when using set scroll file to the graphics object. And it's like, actually, I think the issue might be that the arrow is being drawn at position 0, 0 of the graphics object. And then, oh, okay. So there's like the way that the offset was done. So let me just stage these changes so we can see what the agent ends up writing and changing here. Do you need us to join you for testing? Not right now. I'm just trying to see if I can, how this is going to work. The one player mode reminds me of foosball, how you have to move around to control the different players. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah. You need to tell it to always follow the player you currently control. I see. Yes. I think that kind of in one player mode, it's kind of weird because when you switch a player, it should switch the camera to it. Yes. Okay, cool. That's a good point. I also want us to review the switching logic because when we switch a player, the camera should just follow that player. This is more apparent in the one player mode because users can switch players. Okay. The switching camera code, because when we switch a player, the camera should just follow the player. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see the issue. So scroll factor 0 with camera still gets scaled by zoom. I need to divide by the screen coordinates by zoom to get the correct location. Let me fix this. It's like, let me cook, bro. Just stand by. Let me cook. Okay, so we're doing screen center position, and then what else are other changes we're doing? So let me also make the arrow larger and more visible on mobile. So because I gave it the screenshot, I guess it kind of knows that. Damn this, bro. Opus is so smart. Like 4.5 Opus. Damn. Like, you see how that thinking window, it matters, and between all these steps, it's like, well, actually, right? We still have enough context window to run with it. That's why you got to create these new chats. Yeah. Let me see. Let's see who's stopping by. Who's smashed the thumbs up already? Let's go. Let's go. We only got 8. Come on. Y'all got to pull up. Y'all got to pull up on the gang. Let's see. What's Yeeball? So yeeball.com. If you haven't had a chance to go check it out, we can play live and actually have it now on mobile. So Yeeball will allow us to play. If we could create a match. Let me go not to localhost. I actually host this yeeball.com. So currently there's a game. So somebody started a game and we can play. So we can play now with my player. I can go in and just kind of start shooting the ball. And this works on mobile. This also works on your actual desktop's machine. So what's cool is if we go to yeeball.com here. And so I have a match that I can just kind of check to see. I think right now it's halftime. So with halftime, people can't join yet. And so, oh no, the game ended. Okay, so I can create a match. I'll make it public. And so I can just say, yeah, mobile, say ready up. And so I can join the match here. If I go in here, I can actually copy the link. And then anyone who's basically playing around, if you want to go ahead and check out the link right now, that's the link you'd use. So you just click that link and you can kind of join in the game. And so as of now, you'll see and be able to control things. So I have my phone is literally right here and I'm seeing other players join. You can change your name up here and just with a little pencil, or you can even scan with your phone here and it should take you into the game. And all of this is in real time. So when I hit ready up and I say ready, I think let me start the match. So I could start the match and make sure you're ready. It'll say ready. And then once you're tapped ready, you'll be able to go in. And then from here, you can kind of see kind of what's going on. So on mobile, I could say pass. And then over here on the desktop, I'm on this side. I'm basically playing against myself. So we're playing and watching others play in real time. So this is literally happening right now in real time. And so I want to also get the sprites and stuff going. So let's go. This is tough. This is so tough. This is so tough. Boom. Yo, oh my God. Bro. Okay, I should probably leave this match for that player so somebody can actually go in and switch to it. So we have 6 players currently playing right now, including me. And then if you hit tab, it should switch your player. So if you hit tab, oh yeah. So this is me, Ray. Boom, 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 boom. Yo. All right, cool. So yeah, this is basically it. So let me kind of watch you guys here. So can you tell YouTube starting to enforce its no ad blockers policy? Wow, is reducing your view count on YouTube. I can't watch on YouTube now due to this without tolerating intolerant YouTube apps. Oh, you know what I should do? Because like I can set the ads to basically none. So that way people don't get ads when they watch my live streams. I didn't realize that they're enforcing this now. So would I want to know from you, because you're my audience. Would you switch to YouTube to watch? I mean, to me, I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm also streaming on LinkedIn. I'm streaming on X. I'm also streaming on Twitch. I kind of hate Twitch as a platform because there's so many ads on Twitch. It's even worse than YouTube. But with YouTube, like I feel like it's pretty moderate. And you know, on YouTube also has a video on demand that you can also watch later on too. So that's kind of cool. But would love your opinion. I mean, I just want to listen to what y'all say. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead and like slide in the game right now so you can try it. There's like 9 players in the game. I should probably not like, because once there's like 10 players, I'll probably jump out so that somebody else can play. But here, like somebody's even trying to play right now. Let's go. I'm trying to. Oh, bruh. Some of the other players are AFK. Let's go. Boom. So it's kind of nuts. Okay, so we're at halftime right now. So yeah. YouTube lawyers are good to. Okay. Let's see. Seems like fun. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, you know what's funny? Kind of cool. Like I forgot people are watching on these different platforms. Yo, it's so late. I've joined. Forgot because you didn't do live. Okay. Yesterday. Yeah. So yesterday, what's the update? So update. We have this working on mobile, and it works pretty good on mobile. Right now, I'm making some changes on mobile to see if we can follow the player, and then see if we can actually have the correct ball indicator too. So I want to say the switching logic. So the camera should just follow that player. Let me just kind of update this one too here. So what do we do? Change this. There's a calculation bug that we're fixing now. So let me see if I can check these changes into. And good point. The issue with camera follow is set to true once the player and never updated when the controlled player changes. So let me fix this to track the player that's being followed. Okay, so now we're just going to track when the player camera is following. So yeah, now whenever you switch players, the camera will then follow that player, which would be so much nicer on mobile view too. So what I also have is whenever I check in changes and commit them, this is going to do an agent review. So this is going to be triggered automatically. So it's going to say, now let me update the camera follow switch camera target when the control player changes. Okay, so this is now going to say mobile and data controlled and camera follower ID. Perfect. Nice. Fixed. The key change is replacing the Boolean camera following with camera follower player ID, which tracks the player the camera's following. Okay, so before it only checked if we were following any player, and now it checks if we're following the correct player. Okay, this is going to be a really good change, I think. Let me update the commit, and then yeah, commit this, and then let me just spot check this real quick, localhost, and then rebuild the server. Cool. We're just doing a lot of local testing right now. See how this is going to look like. Start the match, please. I also made Super Mario Bros. Game in Godot and learned Godot. Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm Sam Altman, but I'm named Scooby, but it doesn't show in the stream. Oh, so the stream right now, I'm basically doing a local stream, a local host, because I want to test to see if this like other feature worked. Oh, did you see the arrow, by the way? Oh, that's sick. I like this arrow. Oh, this is jarring. So the switching logic is kind of crazy on mobile. So the mobile thing is pretty cool. So I like this arrow though. That arrow's fire. Oh, that's a fire. I like that arrow a lot. You know, I think once we come into the view, then you can kind of see that's a really nice arrow. I like this change. So let me check this one in now. So the changes are already in. I'm going to keep these. And so now, cursor found a bug. Let's see. That's why I love ReviewBot, because ReviewBot catches my ass just to make sure I don't check anything that's kind of nasty. Nasty. All right. So the ball indicator arrow is positioned at scroll factor 0, meaning its screen coordinates. However, the position calculation divides by camera zoom before applying it, which causes incorrect positioning when the zoom is active. Screen space objects should use calculated screen coordinates. Dang. Okay. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add fix in chat. So yeah, there we go. Okay. It's going to be like the user is asking me. Dude, the cursor's too good. The arrow is nice. Yeah, I like it too. We'll add 2 to 3 more levels in 1 to 2 days. Bro, that's the Super Mario game. That's so fire, bro. What bootcamp do you recommend for newbies? I don't really recommend bootcamps right now. I don't know. I don't really use them. I just, yeah, that's rough. I would just kind of vibe live, find a good community of folks who are kind of coding and stuff and, vibe with them. There's a couple of really good ones. Web Dev Cody's just started a bunch of vibe coding. He's really great too. He's a really good one to watch on YouTube. I want to make a platformer RPG, Rust or Godot. Yeah. Or something else. It just depends on your backend. So whatever your backend is, you're going to be working with. I'm using SpaceTimeDB. You can do that easily with SpaceTimeDB. I think, okay, so SpaceTimeDB is fire. I've been really enjoying them. That's what's basically driving this whole app. So SpaceTimeDB. So SpaceTimeDB, I recently found out about them through somebody here talking about it on live stream. So here's a referral link, which would get us some energy credits. That way we can run some energy. So the referral, I have 0 people who have joined. But anyways, with SpaceTimeDB, this is like what I call like the convex of databases. And so with this app, you can do multiplayer games, RPGs, anything you want. And I basically, got this set up super duper fast. This is using Rust modules. It's probably the best to set it up this way. And then their actual infrastructure provides the commands. So here's the getting started. All you have to do is install SpaceTimeDB's CLI tool. And you're basically, your app just talks directly to the database. The code is inside of the database, which makes it extremely fast. And so that's what's the advantage of SpaceTime. So all the state and everything, you just keep it in the database and you're just kind of reading it on the front end. So that's how everyone's able to play right now, like pretty much almost glitch free with some exceptions for the most part. So that's kind of, gameplay, moving and colliding. And there's another feature that's similar to Convex, which SpaceTimeDB has, is this transactional type of thing. So if you're doing a transaction and something fails in the middle of a transaction, it can be reversed. So SpaceTimeDB also can do replays. So I'll have games I can record them, and I could even replay the entire game if I wanted to. This also works for auditing. So if you have an RPG game or something where you're doing a world, you just keep everything in the SpaceTimeDB thing, and then everything's kind of being managed there. So you just have the concept of your world, you have the concept of like items, you have concepts of players. Everything will just be kind of kept there, and where they're being controlled, and it's all done simultaneously. It is freaking ridiculously good. That's how we're able to vibe code a game that feels like super experienced. And then you just have to build the assets. So for building the assets, this is kind of what I've been starting to do, is use PixelLab. Somebody also recommended this one. I love everyone who's been joining on the stream has been so high quality. So y'all are dropping gems left and right. And I do appreciate those recommendations. That's how we're finding out about a lot of this stuff, right? So I've been using this. I got the MCP set up, and then we're just yapping the characters that we're going to do. So I'm going to start yapping on that right now. Once I fix that bug lands, we're going to do this next, because I want to generate some scenes too, and like some different soccer fields and some different concepts. So yeah, this has, if you select vibe coding, it'll take you to like the vibe coding thing here. And so this will tell you like how to get the MCP set up in all of the different IDEs, and as well as like the documentation. Super awesome. So yeah, that's what's up. Bro, SpaceTimeDB is pure gold. From my amateur knowledge, multiplayer game dev. Yes. Yeah, that's kind of exactly why. Cool. I'll use your link. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. So like that's the SpaceTimeDB referral link. If you just use that link, that'd be awesome, because it actually supports the channel. So and also whoever recommended it, you are the MVP. I think the person who recommended SpaceTime literally saved this whole series. That way I'm not spending so much time on the back end writing code. We're just focused on the game logic. You're seeing like how, let's add a joystick. Let's add this. Like we don't have to think about, updating all these different pieces, right? Camera zooms, phaser is the front end part that runs the app, which is all the visual stuff. But from the back end part, where the ball is, where it's moving, interactions, that type of stuff. And so, that's kind of really cool. Thoughts on 5.2 codecs? I thought it was inside of Cursor, and I can't find it right now. So that's what's up. So yeah, we'll see. Christmas themes. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah. Yapping in them into existence. For sure, bro. For sure. Let's see. Okay, so the issue was fixed. Let me fix this. Scroll factor. Okay, so I fixed it. Incorrectly dividing by camera zoom when positioning the arrow. So, okay, so the position should not be adjusted for the zoom since the edge is already calculated. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me just review again. I like these reviews from, did we fix this? Apply the change, divide by edge. Okay, yes. Let me just double check. So game scene. So we have, before it was edge and comma edge. Can we reapply these changes? Review. Hold on. I don't think the change went in. I think it's still the same bug. So edge, comma, edge. Yeah, can you reapply the changes? Success. Okay. Okay. Since edge is already calculated as screen. Since edge is already calculated as screen position, using camera width, they should be used directly without modification. Camera width. Can you double check my code? The code. I'm not sure if it got accepted. Okay. Just asking it to do the thing. Fix the issue was correctly divided by cameras. So with the object is positioned in the screen coordinates relative to the camera viewport. So wherever the camera viewport is, if its scroll factor is 0, the object is positioned in the screen coordinates. So the object will be, if it's like, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then the position should not be adjusted for the zoom. Okay, so the position shouldn't be adjusted. It's just that this edge and the eggs are already calculated as the screen pixel positions. So camera width and camera height. We're basically just kind of peeking into the field, and that's kind of, I think that's what it's talking about. So the current code has a zoom division in place. Okay, I thought so. Okay. It looks like you reverted my change that removed the zoom division. Which behavior is correct for your setup? If the arrow is appearing in the wrong position in the mobile of this code, I can remove the zoom division. Okay. Okay. So I did not revert the change. Okay, so let's just edit, redo. I don't know. Okay, let's just double check. Create the match. Start match. Okay. Let me just double check this. I want to get to the sprites. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to kick. Let me go away. Arrow's right. Oh, it is kind of wrong though. Yeah. Okay, let me just fix this here. So the correct change should be this, I think. Edge. So edge and then edge X versus edge Y. Right? Okay. Let me refresh. Actually, yeah, let me refresh this. Join. And then let me just go out of screen. I don't see the arrow. I don't see the arrow. Okay, let me just rebuild. Oh, divide by position arrow something. Let me just clear the errors. Refresh this and rebuild. Refresh and rebuild. Okay, so now let's just join as one of these guys. So I don't see the, are we arrowing out? I don't see the arrow. All right, so let me undo that. Discard. So now we see the arrow. Yeah, that seems about right. But okay, I like it. Yeah, no, this feels right. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. We're good. All right, so this is done. I'm gonna close that. And then we have the mobile camera focus. We already built this plan. That was fire. We knocked that out. And then we have the virtual joystick. We knocked that out. And then we have the new chat, which is chill. And then we have the joystick D-pad thing. We knocked that out as well. We knocked out a lot of stuff today. We have the Altman character. So the Altman character, we're still working on. Okay, this is the one where I want to get the MCPs and get some more, let's just start getting the sprites. Like, just go ham on the sprites right now while I got you guys here. So we're 59 minutes into a stream. Oh man, I need to get this in. So let's get these sprites up. All I really want to get these sprites done today. Like massive. So sprite implementation plan. So this is the one where we did the plan and this is sprite status. Okay. So let's pick up the pieces here. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick, I'm going to just use Gemini 3 Flash. Flash is really good at going through things. Gemini status,